Hi friends, welcome back to my channel NCC Gyan, a complete guide for A, B and C certificate exam. I hope you are watching all the videos to attain good marks. In this video, we will be covering the important multiple choice questions of the topic disaster management. They are as per new pattern in the MCQ form, and the exam will be on OMR sheet for A certificate and B certificate. The first question is, what is or are the purposes of the Disaster Management Act of India? Your options are to establish National Disaster Response Force, to provide guidelines for the disaster management, to create National Disaster Management Authority, or all of the above. And the right answer for this question is option D, all of the above. See, quickly, thoroughly read about the full forms which are given in different questions in this video. Who is the head of the National Disaster Management Authority? NDMA. You may be asked about the full form of the NDMA also. And your options for this questions are Chief Minister, Prime Minister, Chief Secretary and the District Collector. I'll give you a hint. It is at the national level. So who can be the head? Yeah, you guess it right. It is option B, Prime Minister. At national level, Prime Minister is the head of the NDMA. The next question is, what is the responsibility of the National Executive Committee? In this video, in this question, we have also given NEC. The full form is also important. So options are to prepare the national plan for the disaster management, to coordinate the response in threatening disaster situations, monitor the implementation of guidelines issued by NDMA, and all these options which are given above. So right answer for this question is all of the above. Next question is, who approves the state plan for the disaster management? See, options are Chief Minister, Prime Minister, National Executive Committee, or the State Disaster Management Authority. Here we are asking about who approves. So focus on this word. The state responsibility generally lies with the approval with the Chief Minister. So the right answer of this question is also Chief Minister. So don't get confused between the option A and D. The next question is, who is responsible for coordinating and monitoring the implementation of the national policy on disaster management at the state level? स्टेट लेवल पे डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट की नेशनल पॉलिसी को इम्प्लीमेंट कौन करवाता है? योर ऑप्शंस आर चीफ सेक्रेटरी, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर, चीफ मिनिस्टर or National Executive Committee. In the previous question, we have been asking who approves this policy. In this question, we have been asking about who is responsible for the implementation of this national policy. And the right answer is the option A, Chief Secretary. So I hope you understood the difference between question 4 and 5. Let's quickly move on to the next question. And it is question number 6. Who heads the District Disaster Management Authority? DDMA. Thoroughly read all these full forms also. Options are Chief Minister, District Collector, Chief Secretary or Prime Minister. So a quick revision. At national level, Prime Minister. At state level, we have the head is the Chief Minister. And who will be the head at the district level? Yes, you guess it right. It is option B, District Collector. So next question, we have question 7. Which of the following is not considered a local authority for disaster management purposes? इनमें से कौन सी disaster management purposes को manage करने के लिए local authority नहीं है? Options are पंचायती राज institutions, which are also called PRIs, municipalities, district and cantonment boards, or the National Disaster Response Force. Here we are asking about the local. So which is option D is national. It is not local. So right answer is option D, NDRF. Who has the general superintendent's direction and control of the National Disaster Response Force? NDRF का control किसके हाथ में होता है? Your options are Prime Minister, Director General of Civil Defense and NDRF, or the National Disaster Management Authority, or the NEC. Here I'm not asking about who head. Here is the question means who gives the guideline, who gives the direction to the NDRF. So right answer is option B, Director General of Civil Defense at NDRF. Don't get confused with option A. The next question is question 9. How many battalion does the NDRF comprises of? NDRF में कितनी battalion होती हैं? So just recall. Do you know the full form of NDRF? It is National Disaster Response Force. And the options for this question is 6 battalion, 8 battalion, 10 battalions or 12 battalions. So how many battalions NDRF has? It has 12 battalions. You should always remember the full forms. And the next is question 10. Which of the following is not a type of natural disaster? इनमें से कौन सा ऐसा है जो natural disaster नहीं है? The options are storms, industrial mishaps, floods or earthquake. You must have read about this in your social science book or in your environmental science books when you were a child. So question 10, answer is industrial mishaps, as they are man-made or the mishappening due to man mistake. So next question, which of the following is a type of man-made disaster? इनमें से कौन सा man-made disaster है? And your options are again, first option is earthquake, cyclone, fire और tsunami. मैन मेड डिजास्टर कौन से होते हैं? अ क्विक रिकॉल, वो जो इंसान या मैन की गलतियों की वजह से होते हैं. दे आर नॉट कॉज बाय द नेचुरल इवेंट्स. सो ऑप्शन फॉर दिस आंसर, राइट आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन इज फायर. नाउ व्हाट इज द टर्म यूज्ड टू डिनोट एनी इवेंट विच इज नेचुरल और मैन मेड दैट कॉजेज डैमेज एंड डिस्ट्रक्ट ऑफ द नॉर्मल लाइफ? ऐसा कौन सा इवेंट है विच कॉज द डैमेज, जिसकी वजह से बहुत नुकसान होता है, चाहे वो नेचुरल हो या मैन मेड हो? एंड ऑप्शंस आर emergency, mishap, disaster or calamity. See, all these four are closely related. You have to get the right answer, and the right answer is disaster, not emergency or mishap. Question number 13. What is the responsibility of the National Executive Committee regarding disaster management? National Executive Committee की क्या responsibility होती हैं? Options are, they lay down policies and plans for the disaster management, they approve the state plan for the disaster management, or they coordinate the response in the event of disaster, and the last option is they assist the NDMA in the discharge of its function. So quickly recall, the options are, right answer is they assist the NDMA in the discharge of its functions. वो NDMA की responsibility पूरी करने में मदद करते हैं. Next question, which of the following is not a responsibility of the DDMA? इनमें से कौन सा डिस्ट्रिक्ट डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट अथॉरिटी की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है? ऑप्शंस आर टू प्रिपेयर द डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्लान फॉर द डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट, टू कोऑर्डिनेट द रिस्पॉन्स इन द इवेंट ऑफ डिजास्टर, lay down policies and plans for the disaster management, or act as the planning, coordinating and implementing body for district magistrate at the district level. This question is self-explanatory. The answer is lay down policies and plans for the disaster management. DDMA plans बनाती है. Question 15. What category do postal, telegraph or telephone services fall under? All these categories of services कौन सी category of service के अंडर आते हैं? Infrastructure, transport, essential services, or they come under the miscellaneous services. So क्या है एसेंशियल सर्विसेज? वो सर्विसेज जिसके बिना रहना या जिंदगी रुक जाती है, ठहर जाती है. तो दीज आर एसेंशियल सर्विसेज. सो यू मस्ट नो द डेफिनेशन ऑफ एसेंशियल सर्विसेज. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ एनसीसी कैडेट्स ड्यूरिंग नेचुरल डिजास्टर? राष्ट्रीय आपदा के दौरान एनसीसी कैडेट्स का क्या रोल है? योर ऑप्शंस आर असिस्टिंग इन रनिंग ऑफ मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज एंड हॉस्पिटल्स, असिस्टिंग इन रनिंग टेलीफोन एक्सचेंजेस, assisting in distribution of food supply, or all of the above. And the right answer is option D, all of the above. The next question is question number 17. What type of disaster involve incidents of flood, flash floods, cloud burst, excessive rains and droughts? ये सारे जो अभी मैंने बोले हैं, ये किस मटेरियल या किस चीज से रिलेटेड डिजास्टर हैं? Your options are, they are wind related, water related, earth related, or they are accidents. And the right answer, they all are water related. You may be asked about air related and earth related disaster also. What type of disaster involves incidents of earthquake, tsunamis, avalanches and landslides? And the options are, they are wind related, they are water related, they are earth related, or they are categorized as accident. I hope you have got the right answer, and don't get comment section, just let me know that tsunami, why tsunami is come under earth related in the comment section. Right answer is earth related. So comment why tsunami is earth related, not water related disaster. The next question is, what type of disaster involves incident of pollution of air, water, noise, soil degradation and loss of biodiversity? And options are ecological, warfare, contamination or poisoning, or they are categorized as accidents. And the right answer for this question is ecological. All kinds of pollution come under the ecological degradation or ecological disaster. What type of disaster involves incidents of conventional, chemical, biological or nuclear explosion? The options are ecological, warfare, contamination or poisoning, or accidents. See, all these are chemical related disasters and they categorize under the warfare. Right answer for this question is option B, warfare. Next question is, who is the decision maker for providing NCC assistance during natural disaster? राष्ट्रीय आपदा के दौरान एनसीसी कैडेट्स की मदद ली जाएगी, ये डिसीजन कौन लेता है? ऑप्शंस आर ग्रुप कमांडर, स्टेट एडीजीज और डीडीजीज, डीजी एनसीसी और द यूनिट कमांडर्स. Quickly recall if you have gone through the DG NCC Press C. Right answer is state ADG or DDG took this decision. Next question, what is the responsibility of the Civil Defence Corps Warden Services? सिविल डिफेंस को वार्डन सर्विसेज की जिम्मेदारियां क्या हैं? ऑप्शंस आर फायर फाइटिंग, प्रोवाइडिंग शेल्टर, मेंटेनिंग लॉ एंड ऑर्डर, और दे प्रोवाइड लिंक बिटवीन द पब्लिक एंड द अथॉरिटीज. वार्डन सर्विसेज. The right answer for this question is option D. They provide link between the public and authorities during natural or man-made disasters. Which civil defense services is responsible for detecting and putting out small fires? Options are casualty services, firefighting services, welfare services, or rescue services. This question is self-explanatory. Small fires are put off by the firefighting services. So option B is the right answer for this question. And you should know the emergency number for firefighting services. What is the primary responsibility of the Civil Defence Corps Communication Services? Civil Defence Corps Communication Services की responsibilities क्या होती हैं? Evacuation and rescue, providing shelter, the receipt and dissemination of air raid warnings, or salvaging damages of property. See, communication involves exchange of messages, and only option C has receipt and dissemination of air raid warning messages. So right answer for this question is option C. All the messages are the responsibilities of the communication services. It involves all kinds of messages, whether they are related to air raid, or they are related to moving into the shelters, or they are related to moving out for food. All kinds of messages are passed on through the communication services, and generally NCC cadets also assist them. Now, what is the main responsibility of the Civil Defence Corps welfare services? Welfare services की responsibilities क्या हैं? Your options are salvaging damaged property, providing the shelter, providing information about missing and dead people, or supplying food and clothing. Correlate the answer with the welfare. Welfare means bhala, and for people, the supply of food and clothing is very essential in case of disaster. So, next question is, what should be obtained from parents of NCC cadets prior to sending them on disaster relief task? NCC cadets को disaster relief task में लगाने से पहले उनके parents से क्या लिया जाता है? Options are medical certificate, consent bonds, training certificates, or their insurance policies. Then the right answer is the option B, consent bonds. The consent of parents is very important to involve NCC cadet in disaster management. What is the responsibility of the auxiliary fire services? Auxiliary fire services की responsibility क्या होती हैं? Options are providing medical assistance, carrying out rescue operation, they throw water at the fire from a distance, or they provide shelter to the victims of fire. And auxiliary fire services, the right answer for this question is option C. They are responsible for throwing water at the fire from a distance. Now move on to the next question. What are the 4 categories of firefighting equipment? Firefighting equipment की 4 categories कौन सी हैं? Options are water hoses, fire trucks, sandbags and helmets. Option B, oxygen tanks, fire alarms and fire resisting clothing. Option C, fire hydrants, smoke detectors, first aid kits and rescue ropes. Or option D, fire extinguishers, stirrup pumps, buckets and fire beaters. And option D is the right answer. All these are part of the firefighting equipment: fire extinguishers, stirrup pumps, buckets and fire beaters. You may be asked about any one of them or about all 4 of them. You should know about the details: what is fire extinguisher, what is stirrup pump, what is bucket, and what are fire beaters or hooks also. Next question: which type of 3 extinguisher is used for fires involving ordinary combustible material? Your options are soda acid extinguisher, foam type extinguisher, CTC carbon dioxide extinguishers, or water based extinguisher. ऑर्डिनरी कंबस्टिबल मटेरियल की आग को बुझाने के लिए इन चारों में से कौन सा फायर फाइटिंग एक्सटिंग्विशर यूज किया जाता है? एंड द राइट आंसर इज सोडा एसिड एक्सटिंग्विशर. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन: व्हाट इज द मेन डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर्स? फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर्स की मेन डिसएडवांटेज क्या है? ऑप्शंस आर: दे आर डिफिकल्ट टू रीफिल, दे हैव शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन ऑफ ऑपरेशंस, they are expensive to maintain, they are not effective for electrical fires. Now, so option A, B and C are closely related, but which of one of them is the most important? The option B, they have a short duration of operation. They may finish even when the fire is not completely put off. What are fire beaters and hook used for? Fire beaters और hooks को किस लिए इस्तेमाल किया जाता है? Your options are: extinguishing large fires, separating burning and unburned material, providing water supplies to fire trucks, breaking down doors in case of emergencies. And the right answer for this question is option B. They are used for separating burning and unburnt material. The next question is: what is the stirrup pump designed for? Stirrup pump किस लिए डिजाइन किए गए थे? Options are: they are extinguishing large fires, they are used for extinguishing fires in confined spaces, they are used for providing water supply to fire trucks, or they are used on small fires with limited water supply. So quickly recall if you have read about it. So right answer is option D. Stirrup pumps are used on small fires with limited water supply. The next question: what are the 3 essential elements for the creation and continuation of fire? आग के लगते रहने के लिए, आग ना बुझने के या आग को बहुत देर तक चलने की क्या वजहें हैं? ऑप्शंस आर: ऑक्सीजन, वाटर एंड फ्यूल, ऑक्सीजन, हीट एंड फ्यूल, ऑप्शन सी, हीट, फ्यूल एंड वाटर, एंड ऑप्शन डी, ऑक्सीजन, हीट एंड वाटर. यू कैन very easily guess it. The right answer is oxygen, heat and fuel. All these 3 are essential for fire. How can fire be extinguished by starvation? Starvation के थ्रू फायर को कैसे रोका जाता है? Options are: removing oxygen from the fire, removing heat from the fire, removing fuel from the fire, or removing all these 3 elements from the fire. Don't get confused. The right answer is the option C. Starvation means removing fuel from the fire. आग को, it is like starvation is भूख, आग को भूखा रखना, उसको fuel ना मिलना. What are CTC carbon dioxide and dry chemical extinguisher mainly used to fight? CTC carbon dioxide और dry chemical extinguisher किस लिए यूज किए जाते हैं? Options are: fires involving like electrical equipment, or kitchen fires, wildfires, or oil rig fires. So quick recall the answer. The right answer is option A, fires which involve live electrical equipment. Thank you for watching this video. Share with your friends and other cadets so they can also secure good marks. Also comment your viewpoints in the comment box so as we can improve, and wait for the next videos. I hope you are watching all videos to secure good marks. Bye bye.